Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, and as you see, Gregg's not back yet.
We miss you, Gregg.
He's missing, but Stephanie is here.
And I brought my own
She brought
Gregg.
a present.
I brought my own Gregg. I was walking through the place when I saw this little handsome devil there, and I had to stop twice and look at it. And of course, it's numero uno,
Gregg the Great.
Gregg the Great. And I thought, well, let's bring a little bit of Gregg to the place, even though he's not here. And I'm going to give it up and leave it right here. But I love that smiling face.
So now there's two of Gregg and one of me. So who's out there that's going to find
Another Tina.
Valentina?
Let's look.
Because I don't think it's fair, and we do everything fair here.
Okay, we'll look.
So what the hell?
Yeah.
Yes. So we have a great guest today, and her name is Dmeyfohrt. Little did I know, she's from Floral Park. Everybody knows how much I love Floral Park, and we had a nice conversation the other day, and we just had a whole Floral Park conversation.
Yes, we did.
You
Yeah.
live like 10 minutes from where my daughter lived, my sister lived, and I lived. So it's really a small world.
It
My
is a
my
small world,
daughter
yeah.
lived at the park on that one street where the kids smoke pot in the tunnel, you know, the other tunnel.
Yes, yes, yes.
And my daughter was also the house that always got crashed because they come down that one block and the
Oh,
cars
on
crash into her
Magnolia.
house. Yes.
Yes.
So
yes.
we're very much in tune to Floral Park. So it's really funny how things happen. But so we already have people signed up. Nick Attilio Jr.
Oh, Nick. Hello,
is
Nick.
calling you to say hello.
Hi, Nick.
And Angela Credenza Parker. She's my daughter-in-law
Okay.
on the new movie that I'm going to be in coming up. And
Oh,
I'm
the
thrilled.
Fontanas.
Yes, and she's a doll. So thanks for watching, Angela. Susan's here. So we'll be getting some people calling
Okay.
in and testing in. So
Okay.
well, first thing we do on the show is we talk about the kinds of day it is. And today, I don't know if you know, June 30th is Social Media Day.
I did not know that.
So today there should
Nor
be a
did
lot
I.
of social media things up. It's also National Bomb Pop Day, which is
What's a bomb
those
pop?
the ice cream with the circle.
Oh, that you push the thing up?
Yeah, remember those?
They were like,
You
aren't they
got
like
them off the-
skyrockets or
off of
what?
like the good humor truck.
Yes.
Right, you push it
Yes.
up like a, oh.
Yes.
Oh,
And it is
I would like one of those.
National Handshake Day.
Oh, a handshake to you.
So that's what today is. We do
Okay.
that on the show all the time. And I learn a lot about sometimes things that people, they go, how do you know that? I'm like, because I look up the day every day.
My husband does the same thing.
Yeah, there's a thing called National Calendar Day. So, yeah, that's how it,
My husband makes his own national calendar day. In
Does
fact,
he?
I
What
just
does he
printed
do?
out his July. He
Oh.
just Googles them all himself, and he creates his own calendar on Publisher, and he prints them out.
oh,
with all
he's a
the-
real guru.
Oh, you should see July's calendar. Every Sunday has something amazing. Chocolate Wafer Day is first Sunday. Pina Colada Day, Ice Cream
Oh,
Day.
well, when is Pina Colada Day? I want to write that
I think
down.
it's the third Sunday in July, I think. But yes, check out the Sundays in July.
Bill, get the blender out.
They're
The
good.
third Sunday in July is Pina Colada Day.
So Stephanie Carlino was the co-founder of the Breakfast Club, and we met on interviews. That's how this whole thing started. We used to go for the same jobs, and we used to talk in the waiting room, but we never got any of the jobs. And then we made a video all about ageism, and we did a lot of great things. And 13 years later, we're doing a lot more great things. So
Good for you.
introducing to this wonderful lady, Debbie, and when I met you and started to hear a little bit about your organization, I was amazed.
fabulous.
Just amazed.
Thank you.
So let's talk about it.
Sure.
So it's called
The Olive Osmond Hearing Fund, and we just started the New York chapter about a year ago. So the
And-
main base is in Utah, and this is the first chapter for the foundation
So you're
that's opened up here
connected
in
to
New
the Osmonds.
Yes.
Explain how that
which
came about.
I
Yep.
can't believe
Amazing.
it.
So, I'll tell you the whole story from the beginning.
Okay.
My son was born deaf, and he wasn't probably diagnosed until he was about 4.5 years old.
Wow, that's
And-
terrible.
We started, when we found out he needed hearing aids, we started finding out things like New York State does not mandate their insurance companies to cover the cost of hearing aids, and an average pair of hearing aids can cost up to $8,000. So we had to start looking around for ways to help pay for these hearing aids that we needed. And at the time, I was reading a book by Marie Osmond, one of her autobiographies. And in the book, she talks about her two brothers, Tom and Verl, who were both born deaf. What a lot of people don't know is that the Osmond Brothers band started performing because their family couldn't afford hearing aids for both boys. So the mother, Olive, taught the 4 older boys how to sing, and she put together them as a barbershop quartet and sent them out singing at fairs and bowling alleys and restaurants because they had to raise money for their brother's hearing aids. So that's how the Osmond Brothers started.
That's an amazing story that nobody knows. I bet.
No, nobody knows it. And after she had Tom and Verl, the doctors told her it was best not to have any more children because they would all probably be born with the same hearing loss.
Really?
9 children later, the oldest 2 are the only ones that have that hearing loss. So then as the 3rd oldest boy, Merrill, started getting married and having children, one of his children, Justin, was born with the same hearing loss as his uncles Tom and Verl. The only one in that generation to have the hearing loss. So when Justin's grandmother, Olive, passed away, in honor of her, he started the Olive Osmond Hearing Fund, and he decided that the focus of that would be to raise money to get children hearing aids the same way his grandmother, Olive, had done for her 2 older boys. So that's how the foundation started. And Justin started that in 2010. They're based out of Utah. And then in 2014 was when my son needed his first pair of hearing aids. No, let me backtrack a second. He was diagnosed when he was 4, and those hearing aids, which a typical pair of hearing aids only last about 3 to 5 years tops.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
His
that.
lasted him almost 10 years. So when it was time for a new pair of hearing aids, we couldn't afford them at the time. That's when I was reading Marie's book. So I reached out to the Olive Osmond Hearing Fund, figured what the heck, and I submitted an application online, and within 3 months, my son had brand new top-of-the-line hearing aids at no cost to us.
Wonderful.
That is amazing. And you know how many people probably
Don't-
would never even think
No.
of doing that.
No, and it was just pure luck that I was reading Marie's book at the time when we needed those hearing
Really?
aids. It was just all coincidental. It was just meant
Well,
to be
there's
the
no
way it happened.
coincidence,
No,
I believe.
there's no
Exactly.
coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. So then the event that raised the money for my son's hearing aids was held in New Jersey, so they invited us to attend the one that they were holding the following year, and we went. And we got to meet the Osmonds, and we were talking with them all night. And
how
it was the
nice.
first time that my son met and sat down and had a conversation with someone else that wore hearing aids.
Oh,
So the 2
wow.
of them just hit it
Wonderful.
off. They hit it off. They exchanged phone numbers. They texted each other throughout, and we decided we wanted to give back. So when we first went to that event, just prior to going, my son had said, you know, we're going to a fundraiser. We should raise some money. So he wanted to raise $250. He ended up raising over $1,000.
Wow.
So we decided, all right, we'll have what I was calling just a small little something. I expected maybe 50 people. It ended up being at the Plattdeutsch in Franklin Square.
Very nice.
I had almost 200 people, and I raised enough money to get 10 children hearing aids.
Wonderful.
That's terrific.
So I was like, all right, we'll do this again. So we did, and we kept doing that from 2015 right up till now. We've been doing it yearly, except for 2020 when everything was shut down. But we've
So what is your title? Are you an employee now or a volunteer?
I'm the executive director of the Olive Osmond Hearing Fund New York chapter.
So you see what they
But
say?
it is a volunteer position,
Yes, but you know what they say? Do what you love.
and it's
you
never
will-
working.
Yeah, and it works out, and that's how.
Well, you're passionate about it. That's what makes you so successful because, you know, in fund development, you can't have, there are a lot of people that do it as a job, but for those who really embrace it, it carries a lot more weight.
And when you live it,
Yes.
because I live it with my son. So I
Absolutely.
know what all of these other people are going
Yes,
through. So it's
100%.
empathy, and it's,
It's empathy.
So-
You run right away. You get it done.
I understand it.
Well, that's how what we do.
Yep.
And I also have fibromyalgia, so I help a lot of people with that too. And it's just amazing how, like you said, when you live it, you know what to do,
When you live, right,
and you know how to get through it. Not everybody can get through it,
right.
and not everybody understands it. But it really goes back to basics.
And if you don't live it, you don't get it.
Exactly.
So,
And you can't explain it to someone either.
no.
And anybody that has the brain power off to learn won't get it either.
Right. Yep.
Because I know a lot of women out there, some men, that have fibromyalgia, And if I try to tell them what really will help, they don't want to hear it because they want to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? They want to be miserable. And those are the people that never really
Well, some people, if
get
they don't have
better.
anything to complain about, they don't have anything.
Well, that's true too.
There are people like
Francis
that.
Francis is writing in. She's saying it's great to have a passion, and she's saying hi to everybody. So hi, Francis.
Francis.
Hi.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's how your
That's how I got
position
started.
just grew and grew and grew.
Right, but alongside with that, I'm also very involved with the Lions Foundation, the Lions Lending Foundation. So
Lend an Ear Foundation.
Lend an Ear
So that's a
Foundation.
different Lions.
No, it's the same
It's a-
Lions.
it's a division.
It's a division.
Okay.
Yep, same Lions.
Well, we were just at the Lions in Floral Park at Memorial High School a month ago.
Oh, the Women's Day.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there, but
I had a spot in there, and I did a
yes,
class.
Terry Whalen. I'm very good friends with Terry
Oh,
Whalen.
Terry's a doll.
Yes. So Terry's on the board also for the Lions Lending Ear Foundation. She's the reason that I got on that board. She's like, I need you to help me with this, so I did. But we do what I can't do at the Olive Osmond Foundation, I can do through the Lions. And one
Great.
thing that I was very adamant about was that it's completely unacceptable for New York State insurance companies not to cover the cost of hearing
Exactly.
aids. Completely unacceptable.
Ridiculous.
So for the past, I'm going to say maybe 6 or 7 years, Terry and I, along with other people, have been lobbying up in Albany, meeting with senators and assemblymen, and we actually we were part of drafting and writing the bill that's being presented to the Senate and the Assembly to mandate New York State insurance companies to cover the cost of hearing
Congrats.
aids.
Who's
Perfect.
behind you? What politician?
Well, it depends on who's in at the
I know that.
depends on who's
I
in
was
at
in
the time.
politics, so I
So,
know that.
It's Russian roulette there.
Assemblywoman Solage has been instrumental in
She's
writing
fabulous.
Yes.
in writing
She's
this
fabulous.
bill, and I work with her office to move it up the ranks.
Is it ever open? Because every time I go there, it's closed.
She's up in Albany a lot.
Oh, because
Ju-
the one in Valley Stream is never open.
yeah, that's her home base office.
Right.
But call first. Joshua James, he's fabulous.
Yes.
He'll be able to help you with that to get what you need from her. She has a very good staff. But we were just up in Albany the end of May, and we were extremely hopeful that our bill was going to get passed at that point. But we had one roadblock, being the committee chair for the insurance committee, Senator Assemblyman Cahill. We had the insurance committee all supporting us by either verbal support or co-signing onto the bill. And Assemblyman Cahill was the only one not supporting the bill.
Well, we should know when he's up for re-election.
Oh, he just lost the primary.
Oh, well then.
So
What did we say about coincidence?
we move on to the next
There we
level. now.
go.
Yes, he just lost the he lost the primary. So we'll see what happens. We have to see what happens next with that now. But
So when you do these trips and go to Albany, it must be a lot of running around.
oh yes, wear comfortable shoes.
Oh,
Yes,
Spread
Wow.
out there.
I need a limo.
yes.
I can't do all that running. That's why I really don't go to Washington much.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Every time we go, I love.
Well, you're making a
being
big difference.
in the Capitol. I
It's
love
exciting.
doing it.
There's
I
no,
love it.
There's no. I used to love when we'd go and and you meet. It is. It's I don't care what you say, as hokey as it sounds. It is the Capitol. You're there. It's your highest level of your government, and you're meeting people that you respect.
Yep. And
And
just
it's-
to walk
it's
around that building,
It's
that building is
yes.
amazing.
Well, they probably have a wheelchair if I went. They probably help you out with that if you need.
I don't think they're
to
that
get
well
around.
with elevators, are they? There, not that I
I've-
saw.
No, they have plenty
They
of
do, but-
elevators. Yeah, they have
Because
plenty
they
of
probably
elevators.
help people that are disabled
Sure.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you love it, and you keep going back. What, twice a year?
No, so we just went back in May. COVID changed everything. So they only just started opening it back up for people to come in. So we were able to
Great.
get back up in May, and we're in the process now of making plans for the next time that we're going up.
So you feel good about it? You think you're gonna?
Oh, yeah,
it through?
no. Eventually, yes, we are going to get this bill through, yes.
That's great.
Now
Terrific.
tell us about your partnership with Northwell.
So when I first started doing this whole thing with the Olive Osmond, my son's hearing aids came from an event that happened in New Jersey. So every time he needed any kind of adjustments to his hearing aids or if they broke, we had to go to New Jersey. So when I started this, I said, if I'm going to be raising money here in New York, then it's going to have to
Stay.
stay here in New York. So I went over to the Speech and Hearing Center, which I was very familiar with everybody there at this point for my son going, and I'm like, who do I talk to about this? Who can I get to help me? So finally they sent me to this one man, Chuck Jarman, who was the vice president of ENT at the time, and he was fabulous. From the minute I walked into the office, what do you need? What can we do? Let's add this to it. Let me add this to it too. Oh, you know what? We can do this too. And he just helped set up everything. So with Northwell's help, we're able to help a lot more children than I would have been able to do if I hadn't gotten their sponsorship and their support with it.
That's great.
Fabulous.
We work with them too. The doctors who come on our show, like 4 at a time, to talk about different things they have. We work with the one right down the block in Franklin Square, the Valley Stream.
The Valley Stream one?
Yes, and they're just really great to work with.
Yep. Yeah.
And so I can relate because they're good people and
Right.
they get things done.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's great. So you really taken this so far.
It's been long. It's been going on since 2014. So
How old is your son now?
my son is now 23.
And what is he doing?
So he is, well, he went to school for TV cameraman, and he's, through COVID, when the studio shut down, he started thinking maybe this isn't the road that I want to take. So he's trying to figure out now what it is exactly he might want to do, because he saw firsthand how quickly everything changed,
Went
and
down,
it wasn't
yeah.
he needs job security.
Yes.
So Northwell helps you financially. How else do you support your organization?
Through fundraisers.
Okay.
We have a big fundraiser coming up July 14th.
Tell us about
We're
that.
having a gala at the Chateaubriand in Westbury. And when I originally started doing these fundraisers, my motto was for the children, about the children, by the children, with the children. And it was everything that we did as far as entertainment or performing or whatever we did was all children getting up and
That's
performing and
cool.
singing and dancing and
Oh.
all kinds of things. So slowly we've worked out of that, and we have stuck with the musical side of it, though, because, you think of Osmond, you think of music.
Entertainment.
Absolutely,
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
So I have Joe Leone, who is our musical director. He's been working to put together performers for us, and he has a big show all planned for us for this July 14th.
And who will be some of your entertainers?
So Bob D'Amato.
D'Amato,
Yeah,
our-
well,
one
he's
of
on
our
the show.
favorites.
Yep.
At least
I know he's
once a
on.
month.
Yep,
One
he's
of
going to
our
be singing for
favorites.
us, and Ashley Blum and Tyler Gianchetti.
Yes.
They're going to be
They're the
performing
kids.
for us.
Yeah. I
Yep.
call them the kids.
The kids. Yep.
Now, do you know Steve Vaccaro? Do you work with him?
So I have known Steve Vaccaro for
Of course.
I'm
Ever.
going to say at least over 10 years.
Wow. What a small world.
So yes, I know Steve very well. Yes,
It's a great guy.
we work on many different things
Well,
together.
I know
So this
very
is it, the
well.
one fundraiser per year, and that's it, or?
Yeah, I usually have one big fundraiser per year. Yes. Yeah.
And do you have raffle prizes? And
Oh yes. Yep.
So if
That's how we
people
make the
wanted-
majority of our money is through the
all
raffles.
right. So if people wanted to support you
Mm-hmm.
and provide a raffle prize, how would they go about doing that? Who should they contact?
So if they can go on our website, www.hearingfund.org, and we have the New York chapter tab, and all my contact information is right there.
That's great.
So
Now,
anybody out there who wants to make a donation,
could make a basket,
make a
or
basket
give a gift
or a
card.
gift certificate
Yep.
for a restaurant that you'd like to have
Absolutely.
publicized, please reach out to Debbie.
Bob
Absolutely.
D'Amato just wrote in, I'm looking forward to performing at the foundation event.
Yeah.
We're not going to be there, Bob, because it's our boat ride. Otherwise, we would have been there. So we apologize for that.
I also have our keynote speaker for the
Who is
night
that?
is Rachel Barcelona. Have you met her?
Yes, I know who she is.
So she is our keynote speaker. She is, I'm very extremely impressed with this young girl. She's in her, I'd say early to mid 20s. She's autistic. She is also a pageant winner. She's been in, right now I believe she's competing for the Miss New York to go to Miss America.
I actually was going to reach out to her to come. see us.
I believe that pageant is the day after our event. She just finished filming a movie where she stars in it, all about living with autism.
That's great.
So I just saw the trailer for it. It looks fabulous. So I'm looking
Wow.
forward to seeing that. But her connection to all this, in addition to living with autism and she's living on her own for the first time, trying to support herself. Her mom is deaf.
Oh,
So she grew up with a connection to what I'm doing. So her and her mom will be at our event, and I'm looking forward to hearing her
How
talk.
nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very emotional day.
Yes, it will be.
That's
Yep.
great. Now, someone just wrote in, you are an amazing mom.
Oh, thank you so much. That is the biggest compliment anyone could give me, that I'm a good mom.
Aw.
So
Aw, that's
thank you
so
very much,
nice.
whoever said that.
Yeah, Francis said it to you.
Thank you very much, Francis.
That's nice. See that? So, way to go, Bob. We can't wait to hear you. Some of the people are writing in. They can't wait to see Bob. We go way back. I went to high school with Bob D'Amato.
Oh, get out of here.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yes, I did, and I've known him for a long time.
wow. Okay.
And so he's a big part of the Breakfast Club,
Okay.
and we've been in one or two things together.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great performer.
Fabulous voice.
Oh, he's great.
If you ever
Fabulous
need
voice.
performers other than what you have, we have a list. I have
Oh,
a
okay, I'll keep
preferred
that in mind.
performer list, and it's only the people that, like I told
Is
you.
Bob on that list?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
We only work with people that we trust, and that's who we refer.
Okay, great.
And we also have all types of people for any kind of work that you need.
Okay, I'll keep
So
that in
now,
mind.
do you use the easy raffle tickets where you just have a sheet, or do you have the old-fashioned
no.
rolls?
Oh, well, I have both, but I only use the big
They're
easy ones.
so much
easier.
better.
Oh,
And
my
do you
goodness.
put them on, the newest thing I've seen now is they put them online. Do you see that online where
Yes.
you can bid as well?
You know, that's so funny you said that. I guess about a week or so ago, someone reached out to me through email, someone that does that professionally. This persistent person, and I haven't responded to one email yet
Okay.
because I've been so busy
Okay.
doing all this. He is emailing me every day with his company information.
Is he the
and we
guy
could
from
do this-
Boston?
I don't even know.
Because there's one guy in Boston. He's the one that started the whole thing.
I don't know. I'd have to look. So for my next event, I'm going to look into it to see about doing the raffles online, because that just seems like a no-brainer.
Was it the raffles or the silent auction? I forget what it
You
was.
can do both.
Both, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
It adds. It's an ad-
easy way to get
ad.
money.
It's an
I mean,
easy
not,
way- it's a
not that getting
no-brainer.
money is easy, but it's a no-brainer
Yeah.
because people who want to support the organization, they're looking through, they say, gee, I like that.
They don't have to
Let me get a
go that-
raffle to
Right.
that. And
Right. Yeah, I'm going to look into it for our next one. I just didn't have enough time.
Okay.
And
Yeah. And do you know about that store? Where's that store that we went to on Long Island where we bought all the stuff for the raffles? And you remember?
the little, where we
We would
at
buy everything.
Farmingdale thing.
Yeah, it's a nice
Farmingdale.
little store where stuff is inexpensive.
And we would, it's where the, I don't know the name of it, but you know how when the schools have the fairs?
oh, I was PTA president. We used to go there. Yes, to get
and
all the
mothers,
stuff for that.
And they buy all the
Yes,
stuff that the
yes.
children
I
can
know the
afford.
yes, I
That
know what
was
you're
where
talking
we
about.
went, and we
Yeah.
used to buy
Yeah.
stuff for our raffles like
Right.
that.
We used to go there to get all the stuff for the Christmas sale.
Right,
and,
right.
yeah,
That's exactly
yeah.
where
This
we
is
went.
a great
Yep.
little place.
Yep.
It really is.
Yeah.
So now, did you work before your kids were born? Did you have a career before?
Yes, I was. I worked in a bank, the behind-the-scenes computer operations part of it, and then my daughter, who is now 28, I stopped working when she was about 8 months old or so, and then I only just recently started working again, maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
So you were a stay-at-home mom, but always
Yes.
volunteering,
Oh,
PTA and all that
PTA,
great
Girl
stuff.
Scouts, Boy Scouts, all that stuff. Yes.
Very nice.
Yep.
So what's your favorite part about Floral Park?
I love it.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, well, that's very true.
My husband and I always used to tell our kids, watch what you do because it's going to come back.
It
to us.
always
We're
comes
always
back.
Gonna find out.
Everybody knows everybody.
That's
Absolutely.
Everybody
Absolutely.
knows everybody. We're always going to find out. Yep.
But also, in times of need, people in Floral Park are just unbelievably
Oh, absolutely.
generous.
Absolutely. It was the core Floral Park group that supports this foundation on a regular basis.
So you have
Donna
a
and Dan
following.
Leone,
Oh, I know
Helene
them.
Vecchione, Terry Whalen. It's the core group that just continually supports and supports.
So with the group that you're with, Alliance,
Mm-hmm.
you just do the hearing part, or you do work with them on other things? It's not enough time.
Not
right?
enough. I have too much on my plate. I have to pick and choose what I do if I'm going to do it effectively.
Yeah,
So
you-
no, I just do the hearing.
You pick your spots.
Yeah, I just do the hearing.
Because when you're
piece of
so
it.
scattered, sometimes
Yep.
you're not making
You're
headway.
less effective.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
great.
Yep.
So do you do anything at the playground as far as this organization, or no?
No.
Floral Park Playground?
No. Well, we do. I shouldn't say that. We do have at the playground, at the pool, at the library. We have collection boxes set up.
Oh, very nice.
We collect hearing aids. Someone
From
no
people
longer
that get rid of them?
correct. if they no longer use them because they got a different pair, or as people pass away, what does the family do with the hearing aids? We have collection boxes.
So it's like the
We
eyeglass
collect,
thing.
correct. We collect the
I
hearing
didn't know
aids.
that either.
And then we send
I
them
found
out.
that out when my mother died. It's interesting, and I'm only going to suggest this to you because it's something that people would be grateful to know. Because when my mother passed away, she wore glasses, and obviously in the casket she wore the glasses, and it was my young daughter at the time who said to the man, "What are you going to do with Grandma's glasses? Are you going to bury my grandma with the glasses?" And he said, "Oh no, we have where we give them to the Lions Club." So my father and I looked at him, and not that we objected. We thought it was so great. We went home and got all the other glasses and brought them back.
Right.
But it was something that you should get into the funeral homes that people would love to
That's
know
a good
that.
idea to put it in funeral homes.
People would
It's a
love
very
Terry,
good
if
idea.
you're
would love
listening,
to know
Terry,
that.
make a mental note of that.
Now, who's Yolanda Carbone? Either one of you know Yolanda?
No.
No.
So she's just one of our fans. Thank you, Yolanda, for watching. I hope you're enjoying the show. But we're finding out a lot of things about this organization that we didn't know.
Right.
You're under the radar.
Right. Well, and then with I just want to go back to the used hearing aids for a minute that people
Yeah.
donate. We recycle them and we have them repaired by Starkey. Starkey is one of the biggest hearing aid manufacturers. We send them out to Starkey. They refurbish them for us, and then we can then give them to people that need them.
Work with the funeral homes. I guarantee
That's
they
a
would
very
love
Very
it.
good idea.
Yeah, that is
I
a very good
guarantee
idea.
they'd enjoy it, and the people who were there would love to see something positive happen.
Right. Yeah, that's a
people
very
like
good idea.
to donate when people pass
Sure.
away, things that, somebody else could use.
Right. Right.
And that's like just a great way to,
Yeah.
do things. And a lot of people, because they're so upset, just get the dumpster
Well, you don't
and
know
throw
if someone
everything
doesn't
out.
tell you. I
Right.
mean, ever since that with the glasses, that's how I became aware of it, and I'm aware of all the glasses now that
Right.
that stayed with me. My mother's dead since '89.
So someone's asking is, how long do I know Bob D'Amato? Very long.
High
Okay?
school.
High school. Okay, so he's been around and he's been a floral parker forever. So this lady is a floral parker. So that's how long. Back in the day. It's unbelievable how
I
many
find
people
I'm
know.
saying that phrase a lot more lately. Back
Oh,
in the day.
because as we get older, unfortunately,
Well, the back in the day is a lot closer than the. I say to Bill, we're on the back 9. He said, "Nah, maybe the back 3 if we're lucky."
it's true. It really is. And if you think about all the changes Floral Park had, because when did you move in to Floral Park?
We're married we'll be married 30 years in August.
Oh, so you've been here a long
30 years.
time.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So you're one of those that don't leave.
Correct.
It's a great. I mean, I've been through there. My old boss was, from Floral Park, and
Right.
it's a nice place. The homes are lovely. It's a great community. I think.
And
It is.
Tulip, we had Tulip Bake Shop on just a month ago.
Shane?
Shane, he's a doll. We love him to death too. So we know, I know a lot of people from there, and it's just very nice. And they were on a segment where they did Tulip Avenue in one of the sets, on YouTube, where they, just all the Tulip Avenue, so all the stores got recognition. They used it for a set.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. So now, do you do anything on Netflix or anything like that with the organization where you promote things, or no?
No. We
It's a
haven't-
lot. It's there's
haven't
just so
gotten
many
that.
avenues
Yeah.
to promote that it's hard,
Yeah.
to know everything.
Right.
But having your son be so involved, that's has to help you a lot, right?
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's interesting to know. Well,
Yeah.
you should have him send me an email, maybe his resume. We may be able to help him if he's still looking for
Oh,
work.
Yeah.
Because we try to help people here and there when we meet the great people.
Right. Right.
And some of the podcasts that are out there are huge. It depends.
They are
we're
becoming
middle
very
range.
popular.
We're middle range. And that's where we like it. I don't need it to be huge because, we're not that young anymore. Right, Stephanie?
Well, I'm the oldest, and I'll admit it. There you go.
Jim Altamori is watching.
wow.
Here we go. He's another Sinatra singer.
Oh, who
He
is
lives, Jim Altamori. He lives in Malvern. I was
Okay.
just talking about Sinatra singers, Jim. So here he is.
And he
Okay.
just did a big gig somewhere.
Yes.
He's fabulous.
He's been to France and back. He joined the Breakfast Club a long time ago when he lost his corporate construction job. And he came to one of our meetings, started singing, and now he sings every time we need him.
Oh,
He's
wow.
fabulous.
And he's
And
in Malvern? you said?
Malvern, right down
My
the block.
brother-in-law lives in Malvern.
Yes, so he's just checking in to say hi. So, yeah, we have a lot of very interesting people that, a lot of the people from our club actually had some stress in their life. And
Doesn't
this is,
everybody?
yes, but they had trauma. And the club helped them and they changed careers. And in my book, as you can see, there's on Amazon, From Fire to Freedom, there's 69 women in my book that changed careers and about 10 men. And how they changed from being miserabile, as they say in Italian, to happy, because you don't have to do what you always did.
Right.
And basically, that's how the book got published. Everyone in the book now published their own.
Oh,
So we
nice.
publish books if you ever want to write a book.
Okay.
And that's through Red Penguin Books. And she also, you might know her, is from Floral Park, Stephanie
Stephanie
Larkin.
Larkin.
So that's how the circle just kept growing
Right, right.
with us. And we're still waiting for your book, which is going to be great.
Keep waiting.
Bob sang, here we go, at my bachelorette party. Shout out to Susan for making it happen. Bob D'Amato sang at her bachelorette party.
Oh,
So, you know, it's a funny world that we live in.
Yeah.
You know, things that happen. And
Everybody circles back. I find that if you don't, people not from Long Island really don't seem to understand, and especially if you're in an incorporated village, everybody just keeps circling back.
yes,
right.
It's, you know, I hate to say it because it sounds so hokey, but like the 6 degrees of separation.
Yep.
But it truly exists.
well, and your thing, she has this saying, what's old is new, which is very true. It comes
Everything
back.
Everything old is new again. And unfortunately for me, it happens just after I've cleaned the closet and thrown it out. My
A lot of that
timing is
70s stuff
not too
coming
good.
back
I
right
know.
Yes,
now. I didn't
yes.
like it then. I still don't like it now. But
I don't
a lot
know.
of it is coming back.
I have stuff from the first time around. I had a pocketbook. Someone stopped me and said, "Where did you get that?" Dariella said, "Oh, I'd love to borrow that." I said, "Where was that?" I said, "From college." That was the first. Some things I've saved, one pair of platform shoes, just one something from every era I did save.
Well, Jim Altamori is actually calling in again here. He's saying Floral Park is a great place. He's very aware of it. And if you ever need him, call him. And you can
Thank
always
you.
get his number from me.
Okay.
Fabulous.
And
you.
another person just wrote in, music is great for the soul and the spirit.
Ah, yes, it is.
It is. Well, we love music.
Yep.
And now in all these assisted livings, there's a lot of music going on. As a matter of fact, Bob D'Amato
Bob
sings.
Bob
Sings
is
it,
always
yes.
volunteering. That's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yep.
And I do a lot of book tours, too, in some of them. And I just got picked to do one. That's what you're going to help me with
Okay.
later.
I will.
At the Jewish organization in Five Towns.
Okay.
And I'm excited about it, but they don't like my title. They want me to change something. So, you know, they want a real comedian. I'm saying, I'm not a comedian. I could be funny.
Oh, you can be funny.
Yes, but I have to change the title.
All right,
of
we'll work on
the
it.
presentation. So they're very specific as to what they want, which is funny, you know.
Yeah.
But those big talks are good because, you know, you get a stipend. When you write a book, you get paid to speak. It takes 2 years. So my book is over a year and a half old. And exactly what Stephanie taught us is what happens. Once you get your little, you know, publicity out here and there, you eventually get called to speak. And at all these clubs, like I did it for the Lions, and I did it, and I loved it. And then I worked with some of the high school kids at Floral Park Memorial. And so one thing leads to another. And that's why writing a book is so good for anybody.
Right.
If you want your life to build, change, and you're bored. And that's just basically why you write a book. Not to make money on the book. If you make the money on the book, that's gravy. But it's really all about changing. I don't know if you ever thought of that.
And
No.
getting the message out, too, is
Right.
people are always inspired, like that story about the Osmonds. Now, that was interesting to me. People are always inspired by things, you know, that they don't know or that they learn, that really people take adversity and turn, you know, my favorite thing is, you know, grace under pressure. If you're not pleasant when everything is hunky-dory, something's wrong with you. The true measure of a person is if they show grace under pressure. Because that to me has value.
Right,
Anybody can be happy-go-lucky when everything is wonderful. It's how you react in adversity
It's very
that
true.
shows the character.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
true. That's what my first book's about. It's about a little girl that me and my best friend met who
Yes, that was inspiring also.
almost drowned in a pool. And we met her grandmother in a bar. We were drinking. We started drinking, and we were drunk, and we said, let's go meet the kid. And the rest is history, and that's my first book. And she took over our life for about 3 years.
Wow.
And it was good for us, but then we had to step back because there's only so much you could teach people, and we expected them to take the bull then and do the rest, and they did. So, and you were there too. So it's
Absolutely.
just interesting.
Fabulous.
Like you said, everything happens for a reason.
Right. Yep.
So, but there's a saying that I use, live a life worth loving. Because if you love what you're doing, you're going to be passionate.
That's good.
And you're going to be successful.
Right.
And that love, because you're meeting people that want to be that the volunteer, transposes into meeting somebody else, something else happening.
Right.
And that's what my history's been for
Well,
the
good
last few
karma
years.
goes. I'm a firm believer in that. And I went one time to a wedding, and I was like, oh, I didn't even want to be there, and it was like just bizarre to me, the whole thing. But when the guy started to talk, you're so used to going to a wedding that's long and drawn out, and the guy just got up there and he said, I'm just going to say one thing: you give what you get.
Well, that's very true.
He said to the bride, he said, you talk fresh to him, you're going to talk fresh back to you.
Right.
And I thought to myself, there it is in one nutshell. You're going to get exactly what you give.
Well, it's very true.
Very
What
simple.
you said is very true. It
It was
really
very
is,
simple,
But
but profound at the same time.
Right. Right.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've met a lot of great friends from this, right? People you see once a year
Yes.
at the events.
Yes. And it's the same people that keep coming
You
back
have your
and
staunch
supporting us.
supporters, which
Yeah,
is great.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So
really nice.
it's good. Yeah.
You found something that was really true to your heart.
And when you find something like that, it's never really work. You're just
It's not work.
no.
Right.
No, you just
Well,
doing
they
it.
must adore you.
And you're
over at-
sincere, which
yes.
is very key.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are very sincere, and you know your shit in plain English.
You do,
know
and you
And I
make
know what I can
and you make a
handle
compelling story.
And what I can handle.
And
I know my
well,
limits.
that's the thing. I always say, as we get older, I know what I want to do, and I know what I don't want to do, and I know what I'm not going to
Right.
do.
Right.
Because you also come across a lot of people that are not true blue.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Sure, of course.
They talk the talk, and they don't walk the walk.
Especially dealing with all the politicians that I deal
Oh.
with.
Oh, hello.
Well, I worked in Nassau County.
Okay.
I was laid off in Nassau County
Oh.
because of a politician.
Oh, okay.
Okay, who's not around anymore.
I worked for the county for 15 years,
She
though, and
did
I loved
too.
it.
Yeah, I liked my job.
What a
I liked
fabulous
the man that I
experience.
worked for. I was devastated when I lost my job because I was appointed. I wasn't in the union.
Oh.
You, on the other hand,
I was appointed as well, but,
she stayed a long time.
but when the time came, it does, I said one time to somebody about something, and this was a major player in national politics, and was talking at some hearing, and I went, oh my God, how could she be so stupid? And I said to someone, they made mincemeat out of her, and he said to me, because she stayed too long at the party.
Well, that can happen. Now, my son, in my new thing called the Fontanas, Paul Lodicano, is checking in. Hi, Paul. So nice of you to check on your mom, Jackie.
She's an actress now, did you
Yeah,
know? It's amazing.
I was
Yeah.
in one movie with Paul called
Uh-huh.
The Crooked,
Uh-huh.
based on a few things that happened to me in the political world. But it wasn't a true story, but
Okay.
it was a story. And then from that movie, Paul and Jerry Ferretti took me on. And now I'm an Italian mother of 4 sons. Paul is one of my sons, and he's checking in on his mom right now, which is very, very sweet, Paul. Thank you. He's adorable, but as a husband, he's a schlep. His wife shits all over him in the movie, and he takes a lot of abuse, and he also serves food, cleans, everything. He's a great kid, and he's
So
a
now
good
where
son.
is this movie going to be?
It's going to be shown in October if you want to come at the New York Long Island Film Festival,
Oh, okay.
as well as other movies, and it's a great day out.
All filmed on Long Island.
Yes, and you also get to have a hamburger and soda and whatever, and you vote on the movie, which I'm hoping you'll be voting on
Oh.
ours.
But of course.
And
Oh,
it
that
all
sounds
happened because
interesting.
I volunteered 3.5 years ago. And I brought my book to try and meet a producer because my dream is to have a movie of my book someday. So when you have these dreams and things you want to try and do and people laugh at you, guess what? Just keep going because
going, yeah.
it can happen.
Right.
And when I started the podcast, Everybody thought I was nuts.
My mother used to have a saying when I was growing up, and you'd come home from school and you'd say things, and she used to say to me, "You don't understand it now, but when you get older, you will
You
know
will.
that every knock is a boost."
And Paul, now my son is riding back. He said, "You're working so much these days. You need to calm down and make dinner." I don't cook. You know, I don't do dinner. I do reservations because I'm Italian, and I cooked up until I was 50. And when I was 50, I passed the baton.
Really?
Yep, I don't cook anymore. Nope. And I did a lot of parties and a lot of cooking. And even in the movie, I don't do much. My kids do everything for me, and I give orders.
Well, I'd like to know how you work that out.
Yeah, really.
And not only that, my daughter-in-laws hate me in the movie.
In the movie.
Yes, it's really funny.
Every mother would love to know how to have that work around.
So I'm
Tell me.
having so much fun. And now I'm learning about the movie business, too. He's like, takeout is considered dinner. I said, oh, okay. Paul.
Pick it up and bring it, Paul.
Yeah, right. Well, he does.
Oh,
But
perfect.
I also always feed him. He's the one guy that likes to eat. I mean, he eats. Everyone eats. But he eats anything. Anything you give him, he eats. Too much, Paul. We're waiting for you to come back on the show. We're actually going to have a day in the next 3 weeks where the whole movie set is coming on the
Oh,
show.
nice.
Wonderful.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
we're just really enjoying just being out there.
Yeah.
But I learned about SAG, and that's another thing I teach people. When you're in 3 movies,
With a speaking role.
yes, then you could actually join SAG, and that's a union.
That's a Screen Actors
yeah.
Guild.
And then you get paid, which is nice. Even as you can even get paid as an extra.
But you have to have 3 speaking roles.
Right. And
Okay.
we have Debbie Markowitz from
Yes.
the Long Island Film Festival.
Yes.
She just sent me a bunch of things that she needs people for.
Oh, yeah.
Extras. So if you know anyone that wants to be an extra in a movie, you don't get paid first time
Reach
around.
out to Tina because she's
Send
got a
me-
lot. She's
send me their
filming
names.
3 She's like a little.
She's unbelievable.
She's like a little powerhouse. She must never sleep. She has like 4 movies going. She's written books. She's got 4 movies going at one time. I don't think she knows how to sleep. Actually, I didn't tell Bill. She's coming tomorrow to my house at 2 to look at some. Look
yes.
at some
and she
sets.
she also needs places to have
Places.
things. And we've used G's 4 times in the last year for movies.
So she's
Oh,
coming
really?
tomorrow,
Yes.
Bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Debbie Markowitz.
My daughter was an extra in a movie
She wants to
once.
use the
Really?
office.
So maybe she's interested. Let her know.
She's back in nursing school now. She's
Oh.
too busy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good career.
Yeah. it
My
is.
niece went.
She was a
into that.
dance teacher. From the time she was 3 years old, she knew she just wanted to do dance, dance, dance. She went to LAU Post. She graduated with her Bachelor of Arts and dance. This is what she was going to do. She wanted to open her own dance studio, and she actually found a studio, and it fell through, and then weeks later, COVID hit.
Yeah.
Thank God it fell through because she would have never been able to
Exactly.
open and she would have lost all that money. But then she continued teaching, but on Zoom, which she said, no, this is not for me. I can't do this
I don't
anymore."
care for Zoom. I don't think
So
you can
she
make any
just-
money on Zoom.
She just she said, you know what? I'm going to do it now. And she put herself back into school, and
Good
she's
for
in
her.
Malloy
She
nursing
does some
program
good
now.
stuff. Well, Malloy's
And
the
Malloy's
best.
a great school for that.
Yeah,
And they just got a
absolutely.
brand new boss over there. You know.
They've been upped now. They're a university now. They're no longer a.
Yes, and
Just a
they
college.
have a new section where they're doing some kind of new program
Oh, are they?
at
Yeah.
Malloy. Yeah, I just
No, it's
read
very
about it.
interesting. When I first went to work, I went to work for a university, and it was a college at first. And I was very naive, and I said, "Oh, now how proud we should be of ourselves now because we're a university versus a college."
Right.
So the guy said to me, "Do you know the difference between a university and a college?" And I went, "No, not really. But obviously one is better than the other." And basically, what it is the number of degrees you offer and the number of buildings you have. I was like,
So
"Well,
the
all right then."
university
Yeah,
is
they're
better than a
offering-
Oh,
college.
much better because
Right.
it offers
So
more
that's why
degrees,
they're
more
opening more-
diversified, and has more
Doing
buildings.
more programs.
Yeah,
at
I did
Malloy.
a book tour on Zoom with them.
Mhm.
And but the nice thing about Zoom is you do meet other people that maybe you might not have met on the Zoom, and then you can connect with them
Right.
eventually.
Eventually.
But we
It gives
believe
you a broader audience.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah.
it's not the one-on-one.
It certainly has made a lot of things easier in things like
communication. Yeah,
not excluding. Like more people can be included
if they want to be.
if they
right.
want to be. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, as well, we rent, Gregg, who's not here today, rents this place out for all kinds of parties. and you could see the decorations and things on my Facebook. 'Cause we
That's a
forward
great
lot.
place to have like a sweet
And
16.
they have great
or-
charity events here, political events here, sweet 16s, all types of things, and it can be decorated very nicely. They just had a police graduation here. The place was gorgeous, navy blue and black and white. I couldn't believe it was the same place. So it's an idea for a fundraiser as well,
Right.
and that's a separate part of the business. And that's Gregg built this, and it used to be a little bar years ago,
Uh-huh.
and now it's a beautiful club. And like I
Yeah.
said, on the wall when you leave, there's all kinds of things happening.
Mm-hmm.
They also do murder mysteries here. They had a paint and sip the other night with painting, and anyone can rent it. And you know, the price is right.
Right.
And this is all about community. This whole neighborhood.
And that's why the price is so right, because Gregg is very community oriented.
Right.
Yeah, he's
So
right.
you know, you can't support everything in every way, but if you can, you know, do something for a little bit less, or you know, so he's very community minded.
Right.
And then
And
it's
he's the Lions
Kiwanis.
Club member
Yeah, well,
also.
Now, he
Kiwanis.
was
Kiwanis.
with you at Mia's, right? I
Yes.
think I met him at Mia's
Yes,
with you.
Kiwanis, right. Well,
Kiwanis.
you were so busy that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
your hair was
he's
beautiful.
very
that night.
generous.
I
Oh, thank
remember.
you.
Yeah, you looked great that night.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad we met there. We met Bob. We were all there. And actually, it was a great night for me. I was shocked. But I know Steve Vaccaro a very long time. We go way back. He taught me a little bit about how to do this because I used to
Oh, did he?
follow Steve.
Uh-huh.
And he put me on his show quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
And when I wrote my book, he helped me with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we grew apart, and then it came back again.
Right.
And
I
I, don't
think
know
what-
if you know about Bat Boy. Do you know about Bat Boy?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
so
yeah.
isn't that
Have
great?
you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
So
I saw
good.
the first one.
Yeah.
Were you in the armory over in at the where the soldiers are?
No.
That's where
we
I saw
it
it.
at Paramount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're going to be off Broadway. They're coming to off Broadway in about 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yes, so I'm excited about that. We're all going to go because we love Ray Negron. He's a dog.
Great storyteller.
Yeah, he's very
Yep.
good. We love him a lot. Yeah. So and that's how all of this happened. So it's really weird. It's just put your place, get up, get dressed, show up. That's what my book's all
That's
about.
your motto.
Yeah.
That's my motto. Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Put on your jacket, put on your lipstick, and go. And that's what a lot of people don't do. And that's why they wind up in depression and other things, And that's not good,
Right, right.
So do you ever look for volunteers like teenagers and things like that?
Yeah, right now I have this phenomenal, she's going to be a senior in high school, doing all my social media.
Oh,
and
lucky you.
any little thing I ask her to do, she just like
And that's what you need. Young
jumps on
people
board
know
and
everything.
does it. She's fabulous.
Terrific.
Yeah, she's fabulous. So yes, and then one of her friends has been helping her do some of the things. So yeah, always
That's
looking
great.
for people to volunteer.
Because that's
and
what
help.
we do too, up and down. When we have a big event, we need kids.
Yeah.
And but we also work with somebody that helps us because it's a lot to do for one person.
Oh, absolutely.
It really
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
But we also have a theme song, and that happened because one of the gentlemen that wrote the book, wrote a book, came one day about 3 months ago, and he made us a theme song. So it's on our, it's on the background on our show too.
Yeah, we have a theme song too for our foundation. It's beautiful.
What is the words? Is it long or is it? Ours is just like a.
Oh no, it's
on
a song.
Oh, it's a long song.
Nathan Osmond, Justin's cousin. Nathan is Alan's son, I believe. He wrote it for us.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So you play it at every event, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Oh, nice.
So how are you doing with the tickets and all for the next week?
Could be a little better.
Okay.
Yeah, tickets usually, I know always the last 2 weeks are my biggest selling time. That's with everything. But I think people are not really back into.
They're not. It's not totally. No,
No,
it takes time.
they're not. They're not. So, one step at a time. If
Absolutely.
we start off with something small, we start off with something.
Did you
That's
try to
right.
reach out to somebody in Newsday in the entertainment section?
Yes, we have someone that sends all that stuff in for us. Yes.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah. It's just not.
It's hard. It's very hard. Newsday's
yeah.
tough these days because they don't have as many reporters working.
Nobody has as many people working.
I know that.
Anywhere across the board.
Everything is AP wire.
Everything is.
Everything is AP
Yeah.
wire.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
I get it
it's
because we've had some
In
issues
every every field, with everything. It's just very difficult right now.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Oh, Patricia just checked in. How are you? She's saying, oh, yes, we're all enjoying the show. Patricia Cutolo. Thank you for watching, Patricia.
Hey, Trish. Hello.
Yeah, very nice to see you here. So what happens with this is people watch it later again. So things just keep getting added. And when you watch it, if there's anyone that has a question for you, you could pull their name and go to Facebook
oh,
and
okay.
answer them.
Okay, you'll have to show me where I can go and look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. And you're
Oh, you're going to send it to me. Okay,
You're going to
perfect.
see it on your Facebook later.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
All right. So how are you enjoying the time here today? You're lucky because we had a cancellation. You got the whole hour.
I was going to say, I thought you said somebody else was
Yeah,
supposed
somebody
to be here.
canceled. So you
Okay.
got a bang for your buck. You enjoying it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
you
very
could do
nice.
this too.
No, too
No.
much on my plate. You know
Yeah.
that plate that's already full?
Yeah.
Less is more.
Less-
yes.
Yeah, yep.
But I always say to people, if you want to do it, let me know because you could do it with us here, and we can give you a separate time. And
Yeah, no, I'm
you know,
good right
yeah,
now.
she's okay. She's happy with her.
Well,
that-
she's got a plate full. She's accomplishing a lot, and as you move forward and get bigger, and then you'll
Then
look at
we'll
other
see.
things.
exactly. But
Yeah.
if you ever need advice or anything,
Thank
we
you.
consult with people as well,
Thank you.
and we're always
I will
available.
remember that.
So I say,
that.
live a life worth loving. I told you that before. And I have this little book that people give me, and it's like, it's hard to be pompous and pretentious when you're wearing rubber flip-flops.
I like that.
It's time to get into the flip-flop state of mind. Stop what you're doing and start living.
Summer's coming. It's flip-flop time. It certainly is.
Yes, it is.
Be responsible for the mojo you bring to the world. And that's all about the way you deliver.
Yep.
And embrace life for the wild, wacky, wonderful adventure. And for us in the club,
It's been wild and wacky.
we're wacky.
I
And
give you
I
that.
say to everybody, wacky sells.
One of
Think
my
of something wacky and
Yep.
do it.
One of my favorite sayings is, and I'm trying to remember if it was Mark Twain or Winston Churchill, one of those two said it. The two most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. And for me, I know why. To bring all the gift of hearing to all of these children that I've been
Which is really
I've
wonderful.
been giving to.
That's really nice.
It's wonderful what you've done, what you're doing, and where you're going.
Yeah, really, you're doing some
It's-
work.
It's wonderful.
We really relate to all this because we're
Good.
into it. Well, we're into it. We
Yeah.
like to,
Yeah.
help
see it.
people and make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And we do eventually. We just sometimes it's harder for us to make it happen for us. It's
Uh,
easy. It's
it's
easy for
easier to
me
do it for someone
to
else.
make it happen
It
to
is.
someone
Yes,
else.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's
100% agree with you on
unbelievable.
that.
It just is.
Well, you're more inclined to speak for someone else on behalf of someone else than you are to speak on behalf of yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Sounds a little.
It's easy for me to get up in front of senators and assemblymen and say, you have to do this for these children. But if it was something for me,
You wouldn't do
You
it.
I
no.
wouldn't. I don't know that I would be able to get up there
It
and
would
talk
depend
for me.
on
It's-
how serious the item, it was. But you're right because
Yeah.
I do that too. I
And
tend
the
to.
world loves children too. I mean, that's an immediate entree right there, I would say. I mean, not that it's easy by any means. There's tons of children's organizations, but if children don't touch you, you're untouchable, I would say.
That's why I'm so glad Assemblywoman Cahill is getting the boot out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see that?
Who's
Good for that.
who's going to come in? Do you know? Is it a primary
It's
now?
a primary.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see who's going to run against you.
Well, let us know, and we'll send letters of support.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That'd be
we
great.
do that.
That'd
We
be
do
great.
that. So now on Thursday of next week, July 7th, we are doing a big grand opening in Levittown. Are you coming at Spa? Are you here on July 7th,
Are we
Thursday?
here July 7th?
There is a new spa in town. Right now, there's one right down the block in Franklin Square. They're growing to a much bigger spa in Levittown on July 7th at 11 o'clock, everybody. Free food, free drinks. Come and see this beautiful spa. You get to go into this brand new salt cave.
Oh,
I was just going to say, is it a rock salt?
Oh, Bill,
cave?
let's
Yes.
go.
And it's very good for your breathing and very good for anyone that smokes. It's very good for people with allergies. And we've invited all the politicians and a lot of the people. And it is gorgeous. I can't believe nothing like the one down the block. It's much
Okay.
higher class.
We'll go.
And we're going to have tables outside, inside. It's going to be very
What is
special.
the name of it? Do you know?
Tranquility Spa 2.
Okay.
The one here, if you want to try here, is Franklin Square Tranquility Spa 1. And they're one of our sponsors today. And it's unbelievable. We met them about 5 years ago. And they do a lot for the community, too. They work with the hospital right down the block in Valley Stream. And the essential workers got free treatments for a year.
Oh, nice.
And their business just boomed because when you give, you get.
Right.
And so we're doing the same thing now, and I'm actually have an appointment next week with Nassau County Medical, which is now called New Health, and we'll be doing the same thing with them.
Wait, Nassau County Medical Center is now.
New Health
Oh.
has a new name.
It's been that for a long time, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
but they don't
and,
advertise it.
Who
They don't
took it
advertise.
over?
Well,
Is it
it's-
part of another?
No,
I
it's
think
just
they're
the same-
struggling to maintain their independence.
Okay.
Yeah, and they
They're
just changed their
restructuring
name.
and
I think they're one of the only that are still independent.
Yes.
Between Northwell and NYU Langone, most of the hospitals have all been snatched
And
up.
most of the people that work in New Health are in the union of, the county and things like that. It's a certain union that they're involved in that work there.
but the Nassau, that was always county owned.
Right.
It
Right,
was a
yeah.
county-run facility, and always growing up had the top of everything. They
Right.
they had the first MRI on Long Island.
Right.
I mean, they were always a cut above everybody else.
Right.
And over time, when you're when it's like a mom and pop standing against a chain.
Right.
So I think they've been struggling. I think they've been reorganizing. I hope they do well. I hope they do well because
Well, I
they
was just-
provide a necessary
Yeah.
Do
service.
you know if they have a hearing center?
Well, it's probably something you could look into. I'm meeting
That's
with
the one place I've never.
They might.
I'm
looked
meeting
into.
with them next week. I'll give you the name of the person I'm meeting with
Okay.
if you want. But I see your last thing that you wrote here is, you're confident that your mission to improve and provide educational, musical, and hearing resources to the deaf and hard of hearing will continue to support children as they aspire to reach for their dreams. And it's very true, because if you give them the tools, things happen. So
Yep.
we commend you on what you're doing.
Thank you.
We want you to keep in touch
Thank you. I will.
and
Keep
tell
us
everybody
apprised of your
yeah,
events.
Yeah, how they reach you in case anyone wants to go to the event.
You can just go on our website, hearingfund.org, and click on the New York chapter tab, and all the information is right there for you.
And then I also want to remind everybody that we have a boat ride coming up on July 14th, which is the same day.
Yeah.
And it's Gregg's birthday boat year ride. If you're interested, let me know.
It's a black and white party.
black
We're all
and
excited to
white.
go.
And cash at the time of the you get to the boat, and you must get early so you can get a parking spot or get a ride, because it's very hard to park unless you get there early.
Reservations are required, though.
Yes, and
Preferred, I'll say.
it's something we do it every year. It's kind of fun, and Gregg he does it with Lions, and it's a nice kind of charitable night giving. But we're happy. I mean, the Kiwanis, not the Lions.
Kiwanis.
You got me going on the Lions. Anything we can do to help you, you let us know.
I
Anytime
certainly
you
will.
want to share to my Facebook, no problem,
Okay.
because I believe in, every time you volunteer, something good happens.
Very true.
And then I also want to thank Teddy and Christina, who's sponsoring a portion of today's show from Oro Puro Jewelers, Franklin Square. They are great people. They give me a lot of jewelry. Today he gave me this beautiful necklace. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Sterling. It's sterling. And I brought him a picture of a bracelet I want that you gave me that I lost. And I said, can you replace it? He goes, no, it's, call the company, because I don't want a real one, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
no.
too expensive. So now you told me you
I
have
might
one.
have some stuff at
So
home.
maybe I will.
From the old flea market
I
days.
was going to try and get it for my birthday. So this year I'll be 70.
Really?
Yes, I will.
Would have a big party.
Yeah. And Greg's having a birthday party for me. Yes,
Very nice.
right here. I think.
Right here.
I think
Be
so.
here or be square.
Very nice.
But we always have something special here when it's something big.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
70
great.
is
70,
big,
that's
let me
big.
tell
Is
ya.
big.
That's
Welcome
big.
to the 7th floor, my friend.
Oh, jeez. I'm on the 7th floor now.
Not yet. Soon enough.
Susan got there before me.
Soon enough.
But there's also a great concert this Saturday. Mike Judas. You can still get tickets at the Paramount. Susan and I are going. So we're going to put on our hippie outfits, and we're going to sing, I guess, whatever songs Billy Joel used to sing. I never really met him, but Susan's been a fan for many, many years. And
He's
on
fabulous.
that note, we had a great show. I love meeting you.
Thank you
Stick
for having
around.
me.
We're going to take some pictures.
Thank you for
Everybody
having
gets
me.
Italian bread on our show because of the fact that we break
Break bread.
And if you
Ah.
read my book, you'll see I break bread with a lot of people.
Okay.
Every story in the book tells it, and this is your little gift with all our promo items.
Okay.
And you get to make popcorn for your husband tonight
Thank you so much.
and cookies.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that is
A wrap.